Do not make the same mistake I did of judging VR games by their cover, because DropTeam is the perfect example that VR doesn't always need to be super high-resolution graphics to be incredibly fun and worth your time. Now, full disclosure, they are sponsoring this video, so treat it as a showcase or overview of what DropTeam VR is, how it plays, and the extremely innovative features it offers. And with that out of the way, let me tell you about DropTeam. It's more or less Helldivers in VR, including the huge, relentless bugs that make your odds of success generally pretty bad, unless you're extremely well coordinated, and even then it won't be easy. This is a co-op mission-based VR shooter where you and your teammates are contractors, and the only thing standing between humanity and a full-blown galactic infestation is your bank account and how much money you're willing to put your life on the line for. We'll talk about gear and suit options in a minute, but I want to start with one of the biggest and baddest features in DropTeam. There are no linear corridors, no scripted set pieces, and no predictable bug rushes around every corner. DropTeam throws all that out the window in favor of unscripted, dynamic gameplay that changes every time you play, and I mean every time. There's also quite a bit of variety in the planets you'll visit, with plenty more to come in the future. On some of them, if the bugs don't get you, the environment might. You can play solo or squad up with friends, or even jump into public matchmaking and take on missions scattered across some of the most dangerous, bug-infested planets in the galaxy. Each job comes with its own objectives, challenges, and payout. And as you'd expect, the more they're paying you, the more likely you are to end up smeared across a crater. But you're a private contractor, a merc with a purpose, and that purpose is profit. If the Navy can't reach a colony and the credits are good, you're in. Drop in, complete the objectives, and collect your paycheck. Or die trying. And honestly, death isn't that big of a deal. Your consciousness is just uploaded into a vat-grown human body, so you can keep coming back for more. Meat Sack Mark II. Let's go. So how does it actually play? Well, DropTeam missions are built on two things: unscripted gameplay and massive open maps. We're talking 6x6 kilometer battlefields where line of sight can stretch over a kilometer. That means tactics matter, terrain matters, and dumb decisions? Oh yeah, they really matter. But those moments where you or your buddy makes a call that gets the whole squad wiped, that's where the best moments come from. Oh, and did I mention there's also friendly fire? There are also no invisible walls or forced choke points here. If you want to sneak around a lava lake, storm a canyon, or try to solo a bug nest with nothing but a machine gun and blind optimism, then just go for it. Just don't expect the same strategy to work twice, because it won't. And that's part of what makes DropTeam so refreshing. The game doesn't rely on scripting or hand-holding. Missions evolve dynamically based on the decisions you and your team make. Choose a difficult loadout, split the team differently, lose someone at a crucial moment, suddenly you're in a completely different fight. And that unpredictability keeps the game from ever getting stale. And talking about loadouts, there's quite a bit to choose from, and all of it affects the potential outcome of your mission. So choose wisely. There are three types of mech suits to pick from: a lightweight but very agile one, a middle build, and a heavy mech that can take a lot of damage but is also the slowest of the bunch. The build you go with can also determine which weapons you have access to, as the lighter build will not be able to handle heavy weapons. My advice would be to gear up with a good combination of mechs and weapons for different teammates, to give you the best chance at survival and a paycheck. But even that might not be enough to get you to the evac alive. You'll also be equipped with a jetpack that repletes fuel when not in use. But be aware that how far your jetpack will take you also depends on the weight of your mech. So heavy builds will mean less range on the jetpack. Now let's talk bugs. Big ones, fast ones, flying ones. Some of them shoot, some explode. Some will just straight up yeet themselves at you in a suicidal rage. Each mission comes with mission-specific variables. Things like how many nests are active, where they're spawning from, and how aggressive the bugs are. All tailored to that particular job. It's not randomly generated chaos, it's controlled unpredictability, which keeps things challenging. One thing that surprised me here is just how many bugs can be rendered at one time. Especially since this is a native quest game, so it's genuinely impressive to see this many enemies on screen simultaneously. Plus, the hazard level system lets you scale the difficulty. Higher risk means better rewards. And sometimes, Lowering the hazard rating won't make things easier, just different. Fewer nests might make it harder to track the bugs, for example. Fewer bug types might actually allow one specific type to overwhelm you. There's no single path to victory, and that's what makes it fun and extremely replayable. On one of the missions I did with the developers, we went to take down a nest and were surprised at how chill it was, without too many bugs or that big of a challenge. But that was until we went out of the cave and saw the army of critters headed our way. Also, for those of you potentially prone to motion sickness, I don't think you should have any issues with this one. Because of how the mech suits are designed, they minimize peripheral vision, which is usually the main cause for your brain to think something is off. DropTeam does something else that more VR games need to learn from. Failing is actually entertaining. You're not punished with a boring slog through a checkpoint system. Missions don't feel like puzzles with a single solution. Getting wrecked can be just as memorable as pulling off a flawless win. Sometimes even more so. Though, to be honest, wins are rarely flawless here, but let's move on. Those last stands, those botched escapes, those "oh god, why did we split up" moments? Chef's kiss. This is a game that encourages experimentation, rewards teamwork, and embraces chaos. And whether you're on your first drop or your 50th, the moment-to-moment gameplay stays fresh. Not because of some loot grind or cosmetic treadmill, but because the core of the game is just that solid. You get tons of missions, tons of equipment, and a ridiculous amount of replayability. No microtransactions, no season passes, just a game that respects your time, challenges your brain, and gives you a big gun to solve your problems. And I'm not saying it's not possible they will include microtransactions or season passes in the future, but at least at this point in time, the game doesn't have any. So yeah, DropTeam isn't just another VR shooter. It's a game built around emergent gameplay, smart design, and the kind of wild, unscripted moments that make you shout into your mic and immediately hit the replay button, which, by the way, developers, we need a kill cam. One of the things that really got my hopes up that this game will become as popular as it deserves to be is the fact that the developers have a lot of stuff planned for the game. So it will continue to grow and get better and better over time. It's not always pretty, it's rarely easy, but if you're into tactical teamwork, unpredictable missions, and blowing up bugs into tiny bits with your crew by your side, this one's worth the drop. Check out DropTeam at the link in the description, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys!